photos of herself, and it would text me, and, these types of things.
These text messages, and what? It was hard for you to just say no. I'm going to let go.
It was a moment of weakness. I think that.
But like several moments of weakness.
It was several moments of weakness.
The lies coming out of this man's mouth. You're telling me that each time you slept with Natalie after you left the resort was due to the fact that it was signs of weakness because you're sending you images and stuff. Signs of weakness. And let me tell you something now, folks. If a man does not want to sleep with you, he will not sleep with you. Point blank, period. There is no sign of weakness. Okay? I mean, actually, no, that's a lie. No, that's a bit harsh. Sometimes, yes, we can be vulnerable. Sometimes, yes, it is a possibility for a man to be vulnerable depending on his mental health, okay, where his mental state's at. 1000%, it can be a possible thing. But in this situation regarding Josh, no, I'm not believing it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of, yes, I've still got you in the back of my pocket. That's exactly what it is. Nothing else but that.
Okay, yes, I'm a guy. Because you posted something that I'm a bad father and that I have a felon living with me and that my daughter should be scared.
I never saw none of these posts that he's talking about. It's kind of interesting. But either way, if Natalie did do it, then that's not a good thing at all. Given that the information is false, of course.
Threatening me, and he said he will destroy my life.
I did reach out to Natalie and I said, look, you need to stop these lies. You cannot just lie about me online. Just say whatever you want.
To be honest with you, based on some of the energy that he gives off in this episode, I would more lean to the fact that he did actually threaten her, to be honest. But at the same time, was he wrong to threaten her for the fact that she was spreading lies about him? I guess it depends on how he went about it. But if you're using the word threat is a very strong word. So I'm going to say, no, you shouldn't threaten someone, but you should definitely have a word with them. Definitely tell them, obviously what they're doing is unacceptable, but tell them in a very firm way, in a way that they need to understand. But it doesn't have to involve threatening them back.
But I don't think that I would have considered her my girlfriend, no.
Why are you saying this?
Josh really knows how to, keep making things worse. He really knows how to, keep poking the bear. To sit there and say that I've never considered her in 3 years that we were together, my girlfriend. That is nasty work.
The relationship?
Well,
or you prefer not to label it?
It never really got to like that serious moment where I was like, this is my girlfriend or this is the person that like I want to spend my life with.
The thing that worries me the most about Josh, when he says things, he actually thinks he sounds intelligent. He actually thinks he's wording things in ways that make sense. But he's actually he's actually saying things that's making everything worse. Everything worse. But he thinks he sounds intelligent. I mean, Jasmine was right when she said that Natalie is clearly not clever. She thinks that Josh is a genius. But Josh is far from a genius. He's like a freaking clown. He's literally making things worse, man. If I was... if I was Natalie, and I'm on the received end of this guy's words, boy, the way it would hurt my soul would be different.
It just never got to that point.
You having sex with other people?
No.
3-year period, Natalie was the only woman you had sex with.
I mean, probably not.
I mean, listen, some people may say, okay, how comes no one would go in on Josh for this, sleeping with other women, but clearly him and Natalie were never exclusive. He's made abundantly clear that she's not someone that I ever saw my girlfriend. But does it mean that it's a good thing that he was out there? I mean, listen, him being out there and doing what he wants with other women because Natalie wasn't his girlfriend, listen, so be it. It is what it is. But him leading Natalie on to making her think that there could be a possibility is crazy because the whole time Natalie was trying to chase him, she was actually in competition with other women that he was sleeping with. Savage. Boy, if she figured that out on the stage, that would have been crazy because that would have made a flip. I would imagine something because realistically, if he's out here doing a madness to other women, trust me, you're in competition for his attention. You're not even in competition about becoming his main girl or being his girl. You're just a competition of when he's gonna see you, when he's gonna pleasure you, when he's gonna da 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 da. That's nasty work.
He's given to answer.
Did you have sex with any other woman?
Yes,
Okay.
in the 3 years.
In the 3 years.
Other
Okay.
people, yes.
And in all that time, you didn't feel like you were leading her on at all?
No.
The way this guy savagely says no, it shows you how accountable he is. It just shows you how this guy doesn't really think about how his actions can impact somebody else. It shows you how much he thinks about how he believes that what he does is fine because he sees it in this way. As long as he sees it as, well, she's not my girl, that I ain't doing wrong, that I ain't doing nothing wrong. Which subjectively can be right. But whatever information you're feeding to Natalie is what really defines whether or not you was leading her on or not. Did you tell her the whole time that you two are nothing but just friends with benefits? And you're both able to go out there and spread your wings? You know what I mean? Or did you know that she was under the influence that you two actually woken up with something? Do you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you probably did lead her on, do you know what I mean? To be fair, these other women he slept with, he's probably been leading them on as well, for all we know.
I really value the relationship with my kids' mothers, and Natalie was a threat to that, and that is the reason Natalie never came over to my house. It's made up.
I'm not saying that what he's saying is a lie, but I'm saying what he's saying is a lie. What I mean is, he probably did see Natalie as a potential threat to his kids and his family. But that's not the reason why she's never come up to your house. It's because she's never been his chick. He's never seen her as his woman. He's never seen her as somebody who's a part of his future. That is it. All these other little things here are just added reasons for the sake of it. Just to paint Natalie in a far much more worse picture. So therefore he walks away looking like the saint and she continues to look like the clown. I mean, she will forever be the clown for chasing him anyway. But for him trying to protect his own image, to say that I did nothing wrong is ludicrous. Because anybody who can see through BS will know this guy's talking a whole bunch of BS.
You've called my ex-wife names, and you know how close, everybody knows how close I am with my family, and I value these relationships, and you are a threat to those relationships. Made up story.
You know the way now he's projecting his voice? This is why it makes me think that he did threaten her, you know? But she said that he had threatened her, that's why she went out online and blah, and he said he didn't. The energy he's bringing here is very, very,
And I'm going to be real pissed off if you try and deny it.
Can I say?
No, you are stepping over the
It's
Oh,
line.
not true.
I'll be very pissed off if you deny it. And you are stepping over the line. And the way he's got his fingers pointing and everything, yeah, tells me a lot about somebody when somebody's more than happy to start raising the tone and then they start using their body language, especially the finger point too. Because the finger point is a big statement, you know. It can offend a lot of people and tell people a lot of things about you too.
Look, you're going to go down this road, Natalie, and I'm going to get really angry. You're being a liar. Stop.
No, but you can prove.
You're lying. You're a liar. You're a scam artist.
It's funny. He says that she's a liar, which maybe she is, but he probably is as well. Scam artist? I mean, then why did you stick around with her for so long? If she's a scam artist, then why did you continue to sleep with her? I'm not saying that she's not one, but at the end of the day, if that was the case, then why did you string her along for so long? If you generally felt like that this is what she was, then you would have let her go a long time ago. But he didn't do that. He still continued to, you know, be involved with her. There's many people in this world that they find it very easy to point the finger, find it very easy to throw someone else under the bus, but they find it very hard to look at themselves and to recognize the role that they played in all the madness. And Josh is one of those people that will not do that because he's a genius, you see. Honestly, it's crazy work. I think he believes that as long as he says things with a certain tone in his voice, it's going to come across intelligent, when in reality, the words he's saying are just, yeah. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.